Minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome back, everybody, to the GetBack Podcast. I'm your host, Damian Dustin, here with
Aiden Jones. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This one's
I
special.
know,
That felt
right?
good. That felt
It
good.
did feel good. We've been busy with school. You know, we have lives at the end of the day, but nothing is more important than ball to me. So we had to get back.
Handball's
for the
getting
podcast.
really important right now. Obviously, basketball, we in the midst of all season right now. There's some big news happening in July, but this is really about NFL, man. Preseason has started.
Yes.
We know what we're looking into. Obviously, season's getting ready to jump up, so I'm excited to talk about this one.
And something that I love about preseason so much is we finally I don't want to say finally, but we get to see players that we weren't really familiar with kind of make their mark. And that's kind of something I kind of want to break down first is some of who are you putting your name on right now? And I have a couple players that I want to talk about. I think first, we'll start NFC. We'll start NFC with that. I want to start off with Deshaun Stripling, the wide receiver for the 49ers. He obviously had his first game. It was great.
Yeah.
He is going to have to step up tremendously in the regular season. And I know as a rookie, that almost sounds crazy to say, but with the injury to Ricky Pearsall, we're obviously seeing some soft tissue injuries to Mike, some other injuries to their offense as well. We haven't even seen CMC practice much. He's going to have to step up big. What are your thoughts on the 49ers wide receiver room right now?
I'm not impressed, obviously, like you said, with all the injuries, and we had to see how some people play out with Debo, obviously getting added on, but he's a little older. Like I said, I am excited to see that rookie play. I think that can be at least like a little fresh start, as we know that they are not a youthful team. So we'll see what that could possibly like for the 49ers going into the season.
Yeah, not by any stretch. And listen, he had his first game, he had 7 catches, 63 yards in his debut. And get this, in his second game, he had four catches for 46 yards. He only played 14 snaps.
Yeah.
That's kind of telling to me because him only playing 14 snaps kind of tells me that they are prepping him to get an abundant amount of targets in the regular season, which I kind of like. I like his size, his speed, his finesse. I think he's going to be really good for the 49ers.
I got someone.
Go ahead.
On the Packers, Will Shepard. Obviously, we know that it's his second year coming out of Colorado. He showed out. He showed out last night. He had some pretty aggressive catches. Obviously, that touchdown with the toe tap.
Yep.
I was pretty impressed. It was like that, like they were actually looking for him. Someone made Kyle McCord look good, so I know that definitely means something. But I think if he does get some PT with Love throwing the ball, I think that'll be a pretty special connection that they can possibly find deep routes.
100%. And I think, too, Green Bay, they're kind of at a weird spot. You're not going to get Micah back for a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to really get some major production from that offense. And the snaps that we did see Jordan Love play, we're not really seeing much. I think Matt LaFleur does a great job.
But they look ready.
They do.
They look pretty good.
They do. And they obviously handled the Broncos last night. But it was mostly the backups. But you like to see that. You like to see your depth outshine other teams' depth because it just tells you that when injuries do strike, like how it did to the Packers last season, you do have players that can step up and make a big impact. And I think the Packers are kind of that sleeper team. We kind of don't really know what their ceiling is until we see a healthy Micah back on that field. Staying in NFC, I do kind of want to shift positions a little bit. I want to switch to the quarterback position. A quarterback who has outshined the most is Ty Simpsons of the LA Rams.
Yeah.
He has been one of the biggest standouts so far. 21 to 25, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns against Kansas City. I mean, the efficiency, the throws he was making, his rollout from the pocket. He looks super calm.
He looks NFL ready. I mean, like it's a thing like where you're just simply out there throwing the ball, or if you're making NFL throws. He was throwing in real tight windows, especially in that end zone where he was finding his guys. It was like he knows how to keep the pressure off, where like he knows how to move, at least move around. Like you said, the rollouts. He looks NFL ready. Like he looks like when, of course, Stafford is up for maybe, which is potentially after this year, depending on how this all looks. But it looks like he'll be the starter next year. I don't think Stetson Bennett has any type of like real pressure on him.
I wouldn't say next year. I think Matt has another 2.
I think Stafford is actually going to retire after this year.
Really?
I think so.
I think with the talent that the
especially
Rams,
if he wins a ring. If he wins a ring, it's over.
100%.
It's over.
Actually, there, yeah. If he wins a ring, I think
perfect way to walk out. You get MVP the season before, and then you win a ring the next year. That'd be the perfect way to end your career.
But if they don't, I think you have to look at how much talent is on that team and realize and ask yourself, we should win a ring. I think they are Super Bowl favorites 100%. We should be looking at them as minus 500 favorite.
Especially if AD comes back. If Aaron Donald comes back, which is still big
In
buzz
the air.
around it, it looks like he's trying to hint it a little bit more each week. But if he comes back, then everybody's doomed. Everybody is doomed.
But yeah, absolutely. But back to Ty Simpson. If he does sit another year or
Yeah.
another 2 years, that would only benefit him because I
Right.
feel like he's learning so much intel from Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford. If he looks comfortable in week 1 preseason, 2 years under the belt in an NFL system, I think he could just ascend, like almost how Jordan Love did with Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers, where it's almost like where you put him in, it's like, oh, this is what was sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
And it almost have that same feel to it. So I think it'll be interesting. And plus two, like I said, an abundant amount of talent. I think it'll be an easy transition for Ty Simpson.
All right, I wanna roll out a couple teams. We're gonna spend about 2-3 minutes on them. Tell me what you think about these. Buccaneers are sitting at Ruben Bain as always. He's taking first one in, last one out. Literally, apparently he's sleeping in the facilities. He's always there. He's getting late work in after the practices. I'm saying that he looks like he's destined to be a star. Do you believe that?
I do. I think the one hurdle that he's probably going to have to overcome is his size. I think the measurements obviously caught everybody off guard.
I don't see a problem so far. At least with camps and joint practice, I see no problems.
But if he does overcome that, yes, I think he will be a superstar.
Yeah.
His power to speed is unmatched, especially for a rookie. From what we saw in Miami, he was tremendous. I think he could be a star, 100%.
For sure, I agree. Same with the NFC South Falcons. They're still going through some things with the quarterbacks. Tua doesn't look like he may be the answer. Is this something that you expected, or is this surprising?
I can say I got to see Tua up close at the Falcons game. I went to the Falcons-Broncos game, and I got to see Tua up close. It did not look good.
Yeah,
His first throwing snap was a fumble. I mean, ball to hands, drop the ball.
At least we got a new NFL meme with Penix putting his hand on his shoulder. Like, bro, yeah. At least we got a new meme for the year to start off.
Exactly, and the Tua signing was just a safety blanket. I don't think that the Falcons were going to go out and try to win or do anything absurd, but it does not look like a safe blanket. That looks like a blanket that's on fire.
One more in the NFC South. I want to talk about the Saints. Apparently, the Saints are kind of going through some stuff. Obviously, Tyson, he is out for what? It was 2 months. I'm pretty sure he's out. That which
Hamstring
sucks.
injury, yeah.
Tyler, what is it? Show.
Tyler Show.
There you go. I'm somewhat excited to see him play in this second year. I think that the way that he ended those last 5 weeks in the season before was pretty special. And then it can be something brewing, especially with him now practicing with Drew Brees. If you're getting Drew Brees on your corner, that has to mean something in New Orleans.
Yeah, obviously Tyler Show. He had a good rookie year. I
Yeah.
think none of us were kind of expecting that. I totally think he'll obviously ascend to your point. Losing Tyson is gonna hurt. Obviously, we
Yeah.
haven't seen him play NFL football, but we're just going to assume that he was going to be a benefit. You still have Chris Olave, you still have Alvin Kamara, you still have weapons. Listen, Chris Olave is gonna have to double up on that Guardian cap. I mean, let's call a spade
The
a spade.
Denzel Ward of wide receivers for sure.
Yes, 100%.
We'll hopefully my old state guy can stay safe. Want to move over to the NFC East. Obviously, we got the Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, Commanders. I feel like all those teams are they're going through their own stuff right now. The Commanders, they did add on Stephon Diggs though, which can be pretty special. They've looked pretty good in these camps. They post a couple of videos. It's like JD5 is starting to find Stephon Diggs way more often. So, what do you think about that pairing?
I think it was a good signing. Obviously, makes sense. We kind of talked about it our last podcast about how it would be fitting if Stephon did go home because of Maryland. But I guess my question with the Commanders the past 2 seasons, the rookie season was a little different. But is JD5 going to be healthy?
I think he will. He had such a great freshman year. I mean, his rookie year was greatness. Like one of the best I've seen. I think his sophomore year would have been that too if he just didn't get injured. Like I don't see it being like a one year wonder. So I'm excited to see him play.
But I do think something that he's going to have to do is put on some size, especially as his career goes on. We've seen other quarterbacks put on size. Josh, we've seen Pat put on size. Lamar's put on some. I actually think Lamar went up and then went down because he lost some speed.
Yeah.
But and look, he lost some weight. Now he got injured again. So he is going to have to add some muscle to that frame if he wants to make the Commanders a legitimate playoff threat. Because
Okay.
I think that'll only benefit his game all around.
Yeah. I want to move over to the Giants, who I don't know why. I'm very excited for them. Jackson Dart, he got some stuff going on with him too. Hopefully he can stay out the red tent. I'm excited to see their defense, man. Their defense is like it could be special. I mean, that front four is going to be nice anyways. And then you got the linebacker pairing too. I don't know where this thing can go. I think they have a chance to be like a real dark horse, possibly.
Who?
The Giants.
See how I'd ask
have a
who again?
chance. That's wild.
I'd
Don't do
ask
that.
who again,
They
because I
can be
didn't
a
even
dark
think you were
horse.
talking
Don't
about the
disrespect.
Giants.
Don't
Absolutely
disrespect
not.
them like that.
I don't think so. I just not this year. I think, listen, they've added some players, obviously, likely. You're getting a second-year Jackson Dart who hopefully better fits the system. You recently signed Wash Najee. I think these are all just small moves that don't really
Najee coming
move you.
off of ACL tear and about to go
Achilles.
play at MetLife. Oh, about to go play at MetLife.
Exactly. I mean, what are we doing? That's like having somebody have a car on all flats run through a bunch of tires.
Come on, don't do that. I'm still excited, Giants fans. Don't let them say that to you.
That's great. 6 wins.
Cowboys and Eagles. Always
That's
a huge
interesting.
argument.
And you know what? This is actually you think they're going to go to the Super Bowl and win it. Remember.
Gotti.
But I definitely think there's definitely more substance to the Cowboys this year. I think they've definitely added to their defense, which is going to help them. If they can just be mediocre on defense, I'm not even talking about good. If they can at least just be 15th in the league, 16, 17 even, I think they can win 12 games, go to the playoffs.
Man.
I do. Like you're saying, damn, like you didn't pick them win the Super Bowl.
Okay. No, I'm saying because you thought I was stupid when I said it.
No, but this is all predicated on if their defense is decent. But if their defense is a repeat of what they did last year, which I don't think it will, I think it'll be a little better. Then no, I just don't see them doing that much unless their defense steps up. Because obviously we know about Gotti. We know that the offense is great.
What about the Eagles?
I don't want to start sounding the alarm yet, but I don't think it's looking great.
I am. I have potential for them too.
Potential for them to be great?
I'm looking about
listen,
like
obviously,
wins.
Obviously in that division, you can win games with the Commanders and Giants. You think the Giants are going to be good? I don't think so. But with Mekhi Lemon hurt, it's always the soft tissue injuries with me and the star players.
Yeah.
Saquon was hurt last year. Hopefully he gets his get back this year. It's just going to be interesting to see. I haven't loved Jalen Hurts' tape for training camp. I think it's super regular. But we haven't seen him do anything spectacular. It's still the short. I
still think they have a core four. Dallas Goedert's looked pretty good in camps. So, like you said, Saquon, Devontae Smith, and Jalen Hurts has looked pretty good also. They're like, I don't think they're going to be bad. I'm looking at about 11 to 12 wins.
Yeah, potentially. But it also wouldn't surprise me if they fell off the cliff.
To what, like 8 wins? What is like falling off a cliff?
Just missing the playoffs, like how the Cowboys did last year. Like with with 9 wins, where they're gonna have to scramble at the end to do good.
Okay. Moving to the AFC West. We know about the Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers. I want to talk about the Raiders, man. I want to talk about this QB. Can we call it a QB battle?
It is a QB battle.
Okay,
that was gonna be my question. My question would be Fernando Mendoza. Do you start him week 1, or does Kirk Cousins play?
Kirk Cousins is going to be the starter for week 1. I would love. The way that the Packers built their quarterbacks, where they let them actually sit and learn and develop, I feel like is how they should take this route. Let him build off, see what Kirk can do in the first couple weeks. Now, if Kirk gets hurt, that's where you can possibly look into Fernando Mendoza. Person stuff online where they're saying that after Aiden O'Connell's game, they want to start Aiden O'Connell at the second string. How do you feel about that? Their number 1 overall pick is now being considered possibly a third string quarterback on their team.
I think that's a little bit too far-fetched for me. I still think he should at least be the second string. Yeah. Listen, in his second preseason game, he was 8 of 15, 86 yards, and threw, obviously, that pick 6.
Yeah.
He was pressured on 37% of his dropbacks. He was hit 5 times. I think the whole goal in that preseason game, listen, anytime you're a number 1 pick, there is a target on your back in a preseason. Everybody else that was drafted behind you wants to prove.
Yeah, wants a piece.
Yeah, they want a piece of you. And I think, too, no disrespect to Mendoza, I think he's a great guy, but he doesn't have that dog yet So for me, it's kind of like he's easy. He's easy to pick on for the other players.
I think it's a mentality. People look at him as like a nice guy, but he's so dangerous. Like the
Sure.
throws, I said before, the throws that he was making were NFL throws. Like he was trying to do like a tight window, which obviously didn't play out as well. I just need him to look like a little bit further. If you look on that pick 6 play, he had 2 guys up on the top that was in the NFL. They're open. Like they were getting tracked, but they were open enough where you can of course fit the ball into that like into that circular area. But I'm still not like letting go of the Mendoza train. He could still be special.
Can I ask you 2 questions on this piece? If you do draft a quarterback number 1, should there even be a competition?
Not necessarily, but then again, it's different because you gave Kirk all that money. It has to be a competition. Usually teams won't do that. Usually you just bank on your first pick and say hopefully he's good, but of course if the wheels are not, then you just go with whoever's the backup. But usually you don't pay another quarterback the money that Kirk just got. It's just because his agent is god of the NFL. So
what do you think is going to be more like damaging? Sitting a young quarterback for too long, like Mendoza, or throwing him out there before he's ready?
Starting Mendoza is way more. It'll hurt the team more because Mendoza, like I said, it's his mentality. He has a mentality where he can sit and realize that it's not a punishment. He's simply just learning. Like he has one of the best mentalities in the NFL already. So if you actually can learn, which I think I said it's like, what was it, like June or like probably like around when he got drafted, he's like a younger Kirk Cousins. Like he kind of plays
with more upside.
Way more upside. But he plays a similar type of ball game that Kirk Cousins can play. Like we may see a little Redskins Kirk Cousins in Mendoza. So I'm even the Vikings, we can see it possibly brew. But that's what I'm saying. If you were able to learn behind it, not even that, even if Kirk plays bad, you could see what mistakes were made. That's what I'm saying. I would rather him sit and learn rather than just being jumped straight into the fire.
I like that. Yeah. That's a good take, and I like that. I really can't disagree with you on that. We are talking about QBs, so I think it's fair we only stay with QBs. I have a couple QBs I want to talk about with you, and a couple QB battles that we need to get into.
Sir.
But is Geno Smith a Pro Bowl quarterback again?
Hey man, roll me off. I ain't right back. This could be potential. It could potentially be the Seahawks breakout surprising year for Geno. I mean, he's looked
7 of 7, 65 yards.
He's looked awesome.
And a touchdown on 1 possession.
I really feel like the Raiders, it was the whole system. Like, yeah, he had a big part into it, but the coaching was bad. The coaching was terrible.
I know. Chip Kelly deserves to go to hell.
I guarantee if he was playing with Klubernick right now.
Kubiak?
Klubernick. Oh, I'm talking about the quarterback. No, I'm talking about a quarterback, Klubernick. To do that plays on the Jets.
Yeah.
My bad. But no, if he was playing under him on the Raiders, I think that it would be a way better season than what he had last year. I think it was simply the coaching. I agree. It was some injuries going around. This could possibly be a potential where like it's under the radar. Like now you're not on the big stage. Now you can kind of cruise on the Jets because you're already expected to be ass. You're expected to be terrible. So now,
and listen, Geno's 36.
Yeah,
it's not like he's doing anything for his legacy.
But when Geno plays good, he plays good. Like it's not like it's usually if he's bad, he's terrible. But if he's good, he looks on fire.
If he plays like this, the Jets are a team that like could beat your good team on any given Sunday, and it's a bad loss. Yeah. And it's like, oh no, they shouldn't have lost that.
The Falcons last year, bro.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God, that was great comp. Great comp right there.
But generally, yeah. I think he could be decent for sure.
My next quarterback I want to talk about, he is coming off of a serious ankle injury last season, but Bo Nix is back. He played about 3 drives, I'll say. They ran the ball a lot. He was 6 of 9 for 76 yards. His first connection was with Jalen Waddle for a 35-yard pass.
That's all we had to see.
That's all
we had to see. To see him target Waddle on the first throw that he's trying to make is special for all Broncos fans. I know that you felt good watching it.
Absolutely.
It looks like the connection will be there all year. I'm talking about all year, and I'm still excited for their wide receiver core. Like now, you're just adding a piece with Jalen Waddle where you already had some pieces. Like I'm excited to see, like of course, what Sutton can do. Really excited for Troy Franklin. I'm ready to see what this team could possibly take on.
100%, and I think I really liked Bo's composure and the way that he was setting his feet. I know it's first game back, but something that Bo really struggled with his freshman and sophomore year in the NFL is his feet placement, and that's something that Josh Allen kind of ran to early in his career. Bo was setting his feet on those throws, and one of those throws was a 21-yard touchdown
To
that was
RJ.
just a perfect
Yeah.
pass. So if Bo performs at a high level, I have a couple questions because obviously, I'm going to be biased and I can't answer this question honestly. Are the Broncos actually a Super Bowl level team now that they've got Jalen Waddle, they've retained most of their roster? They can't be having these comeback wins like they did last season. They're going to have to put together
Last season,
wins.
like you said, the comeback wins are not guaranteed.
No, they're not.
Those were special last year. Like that was kind of like building up to it, but their defense is still going to be elite. Offense should be even more better than it was last year, which was the real main takeaway everybody had. Everybody was a little upset with how they were playing Bo Nix in the first half of the season, not really letting him shoot the ball or putting him as like I say like a West Coast type of like offense. Like we actually let him actually throw the ball. Like stop being so protective of your guy.
And I think Davis Webb is going to do a great job at that.
Yeah,
I think people also forget that Sean Payton is no longer calling the offense how he did last season.
Yeah.
It's going to be more aggressive. I think you're going to see the trickery. You're going to see the wildcat. You're going to see Bo roll out left, right. You're going to see Bo at his best when he's under pressure.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that Davis Webb is going to.
You would hope so because now he has so many different weapons. He has a lot of weapons. So you would hope that after, of course, going to the AFC Championship game, you would hope that you could see him possibly do something else with this one.
Of course. 2 quarterback situations I do want to talk about. Lastly, Cleveland Browns are having a 3-way fight.
Yeah.
Well, not really a fight. There's a clear leader right now in Deshaun Watson. Shedeur Sanders is struggling. Do you make this out to be Shedeur Sanders' fault, or do you think it is the personnel around him, as we have seen some drops and O-line problems?
Mixture of both. Shedeur in camps has looked pretty decent. He hasn't looked like terrible. I think that preseason game had a big shakeup on a lot of people. That was a pretty bad pick, as we already know. But Deshaun, yes, he will be the starter. Deshaun will be starting the games, but he's not doing anything to impress. Like he's playing very safe. He's not really chucking the ball down. It's a lot of check downs, just make sure that he gets his guys and like that's it. So it's not like I'm really impressed, but I'm also not upset at what he's doing. So yeah, I think Deshaun will be starting, which sucks because I wish it was Shedeur. I definitely wish it was Shedeur, but it's all right.
You wish it was Shedeur?
For sure.
What if Deshaun comes out and just lights it up?
That's the whole point. The thing with Deshaun Watson is that you have a new personnel at this point. I think Deshaun Watson under Stefanski wasn't a good look because Stefanski isn't a quarterback coach. He's not he doesn't look into what his quarterbacks need, which has been known since even Baker Mayfield. Like it's not something he really like puts
Focuses
a lot of focus on. That's what I'm saying. Coach we got now, Todd Monken, he's really into quarterbacks. Into it. So I think that he will realize what they need, especially if Deshaun does start. He'll realize what Deshaun does at best because obviously he's not the young Deshaun that we knew before. He's not going to be rolling out every play. He's not going to be running down the field a lot, especially with all the injuries. So you want to play into Deshaun's game. That's the only way that we can, of course, go further into the season. So hopefully we see some adjustments. I think Tom Monken would be great. I think our offensive coach, he's also decent too. So we'll see where this one can go.
Okay. Last quarterback I want to talk about who probably is unfortunately going to fail his drug test when it pens. Yeah, exactly. CJ Stroud is asking for $70 million a year. When I first read the report, I thought he wanted a 70 million 3 year maybe. He's asking for $70 million annually.
Year.
After the stinker he had in New England. What are your thoughts on that?
The 2 stinkers. Like for back-to-back games, he played terrible.
What are your thoughts on that? And they did offer him 55, by the way, which is already absurd.
It's so crazy because they offered him 50 to 55 million, and he looked him in the face. Seriously, I don't know if maybe he was drunk, but he looked at him in the face and said, "I need 70 million." After seeing what he just did, which I love CJ Stroud. I think that he has been. Not like saying a downfall, but I think his team with all the injuries, he had to do so much more than a lot of the quarterbacks had to do these past 2 years. But it's still after what you have done, it's not something that you would think would happen. So I really don't know what he's thinking. Hopefully this season he can probably pull a point with his wide receivers being healthy. And they just lost another wide receiver. I think they had signed 2 wide receivers, I'm pretty sure, off the Cardinals and the Bucks, but he has to prove himself a little bit more to ask for the type of money. Like that's a lot of money annually, $70 million annually.
I totally agree. And and a guy like CJ, I always thought he was more of a team player, but obviously not. I think this team, with the type of defense they had, I think they are so close to being taken seriously as a contender. I think if they just obviously the ACL tear to Jaden Higgins is brutal because you get Tank Dell back and hopefully a healthy Nico as well. I think he would have been a great number 3 for them. Can't ask for that type of money, young man.
Yeah,
you can. I think it's ridiculous.
You gotta prove a little bit more.
Do you mind if we play rapid fire NFL?
Hit me.
Brought to you by GetBack before we transition.
Brought to you by GetBack. Yeah.
Brought to you by GetBack. Okay, ready? It's rapid fire too. You can expound on it for a little bit, but you ready? Super Bowl winner right now.
Rams.
MVP pick.
Oh man, Dak Prescott.
Best quarterback in the NFL today.
Best quarterback in the NFL right now, Josh Allen.
Most overrated quarterback.
Most overrated. Oh, Drake May.
Oh, most underrated.
Baker Mayfield.
Best offense in football.
Rams.
Best defense in football.
Rams.
Best wide receiver in the league. Or I'll do one better. Jefferson or Chase.
Yeah, there we go. Jefferson.
I had to make it easier. Best running back in football.
I'm gonna say Jahmyr Gibbs.
Ooh. Okay. Best rookie this season. I'm gonna end it there.
Caleb Downs.
Wow. I like, you know what? Those were really good answers. I thought you were going to give me some stinkers. I kind of got nervous to ask you these. That was not bad at all. All right, moving on to the NBA. I'm ready.
You ready?
We do have some NBA to talk about. I mean, we're kind of at this weird spot where now we're seeing pickup basketball games of Chet getting blocked by Rudy Gobert at the park, and then we see him dunk on Ayton. You got Luka taking his boys to Slovenia to Dindin. I mean,
we watched a little bit of FIBA too on the side.
That's how deep we are into this NBA offseason. But nonetheless, there were still players out there searching for a home, and they finally have found it. First, I want to start off with the most important news. Klay Thompson has finally got his contract bought out.
Huh? Was important.
Yeah, okay. We'll get into that. But I do want to talk about Klay because he is a splash brother. We have to give him his respect as a Hall of Famer. He is expected to join the Miami Heat. He did average 11 points last season and shot 38 from 3, so not the best year for Klay. What is your expectations for him joining a Miami Heat team?
Talk about us on a clip. I think this is a perfect fit. And actually, we just figured out that it was actually for $13 million too, so it wasn't a lot of money.
There we go.
I think this is a perfect fit. Like I said, Giannis or Bam being in the paint will at least draw in 2 to 3 defenders. You're giving Klay a really simple role. Simply catch and shoot the ball, which I think at this stage in his career, that's all he really wants to do. He's not a big mover, which he wasn't even in his prime years. He's simply a shooter. Let him sit like on the outside.
13 dribbles.
Exactly. So let him play his game, especially as a older vet on the team, which I think the team is a little bit older, but like it's experience. And then, of course, Andrew Wiggins, I think he'll also be another big part of that starting lineup. So I'm excited to see Klay Thompson fit into that role now that he has a specific role in that team.
I totally agree. And you know what what this could kind of be reminiscent of?
Yeah.
I think it's a little different because they had a big 3 at the time. But Klay being on the Heat, that's kind of like Ray. It's kind of like Ray Allen on the Heat. He's going to be important if they do want to make a championship run. Klay is going to have to be – he's going to have to hit his shot. Obviously, he's going to have to hit his shots. But Klay has been a bailout player his whole career. If the possession fails, kick out to Klay, bang. And I think to your point, with guys like Giannis, Bam, really post-centric and paint-centric players, he's going to be butt naked.
And I'm a little excited too because like their point guard, Davion Mitchell, he will take on a lot of the troubles on defense. So it's like Klay won't have to do a lot, especially like if he's playing at 2 or he'll play at 2, obviously. Like it'll be Andrew Wiggins at the 3.
Yeah.
I'm saying, so like if
Yes.
he's playing the 2 and it's a harder matchup, Davon has no problem switching, no problems at all. So I think that he'll have a very decent role where he won't have to do as much on this other side. Focus on simply shooting that ball. Maybe get some pat. Like I'm saying, I think that he'll have a low key role, but like you said, a Ray Allen role. Be there. Be our shooter. Send me be our shooter over there, which can work out.
And who knows? Maybe it's rebound, bam, kick out, Clay.
Bye.
Who knows? You never know with that type
chill
of
out.
situation.
Calm down.
So I definitely think that's a better fit than the other teams we were hearing about him flirting with going to. The
surprised he didn't go
next
to the Lakers.
what? Oh
So
yeah,
I was kind of surprised he didn't go to the Lakers.
that would have been interesting too. I just think the fit with I'd rather be in Miami than
Listen,
LA.
Me too. Believe me too.
Come on
Me
now.
too.
Moving on, I do want to talk about your team. The Cleveland Cavaliers did do a sign and trade to acquire breakout wing Peyton Watson. It was a 5-team trade. I don't even want to get into it because the big deal is 3-year, 3 or 4.
Oh yeah.
3 or
Oh,
4.
yeah. 3.
3-year,
No,
88
4. I apologize. 4. 488.
4-year, $88 million deal for Peyton Watson, who was coming off of a season where he averaged 14.6 points. It felt like more, honestly. When Jokic was out, it felt like he was their best player.
He averaged 21 when Jokic is out.
And
Like, that's the whole point. My man plays better without Jokic. I saw some people in the comments saying, well, what if it's only just a build-up of what Jokic did and he won't look as good on the Cavs? Played his best games without Jokic, but also when you're going to the Cavs, you have James Harden, who's a passer who will look for his guy. I'm also looking to his defense, man. Defense, the man averages 2.9 stocks, steals, and blocks per game. He is a wing defender who's not just a 3-and-D wing. He is a couple different levels. He loves to drive. He can shoot the ball. I'm super excited to see how this man can fit. Only thing I'm a little upset about is losing my guy Max Strus. That's Mr. Cleveland himself, man. Max Strus embodied Cleveland, so that does hurt seeing him go to LA. But I'm so excited for P. Watt. So excited for it.
Yeah, now the front court and the wing just looks like hell on earth defensively.
I mean,
good luck scoring on that.
I would hope so, because what happened last year? Why did we go to Game 7 with the Raptors? Why did we go to the Pistons? I guess you could say whatever. Why did we blow out our games against New York? So our defense was ass, straight shitty. So now we added P. Watt. Like it's gonna be a little important role than he had before. Like believe me, now you're making money. You're important. Like you're very important. So I hope that he has the right mindset as he's known that we wanted him for the past 3 months. Like if it wasn't LeBron, so like Kuminga or P. Watt. I think most people would take P. Watt over Kuminga at this stage right now.
Of 100%, of course. And I think too, P. Watt's also a better team player.
Exactly. That's the whole point. That was one thing about Kuminga. I really was scared that if we got Kuminga, he would come in and think that he was like the second guy. Because obviously I think like he would possibly think that James Harden's a passer, but I think that he would try to be like that second option of a scorer, which isn't bad. It's not what we need. Now, if he was willing to come off the bench and be our guy, like where you just control that unit, I would be okay with it. But I know that's not how he thinks.
And even to go even further, I think James Harden and Kuminga on the floor would be the worst. I mean, that would be a hydrogen bomb created.
Yeah.
So Peyton Watson fits it perfectly. I like it. Does this move the needle for the Cavs? They obviously re-signed James Harden on a 3-year, $97 million deal, which you don't love too much, but that's okay. You still retain a player that in the regular season he performs. My question to you,
for the past however many years,
but does the P. Watt move the needle for the Cavs, as now they have a defensive centric wing that can kind of help you in positions where you kind of said that the Cavs struggled in the playoffs last year?
Last year, I would say yes. Like last year, if we went into the Eastern Conference Finals and you just like someone said, "Hey, Aiden, you gotta have P. Watson right now."
Yep, done.
I would love it. Like we possibly would have been in the finals. We could have saw a finals match just if somebody could have guarded.
To go furthermore, if they asked you if you wanted to swap James Harden for P. Watt, you probably would have said yes to at the time.
If we could just add P. Watt with James Harden, and I would say yes.
And I think that's kind of what the Cavs are trying to do right now. They're trying to build up defensively so much so that James can't be a liability. So that he can be a liability, but it doesn't affect the team. So he can just focus on offense.
Yeah, we need him. But now, if we're asking this year, after every team is basically in the East has completely transitioned, which won against the Raptors also, because we don't know what's going to happen there. But almost every team is basically transitioned at this point. I'm going to say no. Like this will maybe be hopefully to the Eastern Conference Finals because like we're building. We're every year we've gone from the first to the second. So now the Eastern like we're building. I don't think that this moves the needle where we're now just an automatic finals team. I don't think so. I don't think so. But I mean, I hope so. I pray. I pray.
Okay. Moving on to the other side, obviously the team that lost Peyton Watson was the Denver Nuggets. They obviously lost their wing, but they gained something back as they freed up some cap space to sign DeMar DeRozan for a $3.9 million deal, which is a steal money-wise. Money-wise?
Money-wise.
18.4 points last year is what he averaged. I kind of said it a little bit in the clip. I see why Denver did it because they needed to breathe.
Yeah.
I mean, if they didn't make a move,
yeah.
Jokic was probably going to get up and leave. But I don't love it.
I do. I think that like that's where we disagree. I do. I feel like him at the mid-range, that's some place that Jokic could find him at. Like he won't have to do as much once again. Something a little similar to Clay, because obviously this is something that happened because he couldn't go to Miami. Because I know Miami was a team that he was looking into. The Toronto Raptors obviously wanted him back, and even I think it was one of the teams that was really kind of looking into DeMar, but they won the bid, and I think that's because they actually would like to work with DeMar. It's not gonna be just like a here you go, like he'll actually be able to work. He'll be able to work.
And that's where you and me are polar opposite. I think he clogs the mid range for Jokic and Murray, the 2-man game. I think the most successful thing Denver has ever created the past couple of years was that 2-man game between Jokic and Murray. It's unbeatable. We've seen game winners from that mid-range from both Jokic and Murray. Now you have somebody basically standing at the block, waiting for the ball.
It's not like he's always going to be there though. Like
he won't always be there.
Figure out how to play with
if
him.
he goes to the 3-point line, he's not making it. And it's no disrespect to DeMar. DeMar has improved his 3-point shooting as his career has gone forward, as any smart vet will do. But I still don't think it's that. Because keep in mind, Denver also lost Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah.
They haven't really acquired any more 3-point shooting.
Miami has Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yes. Yes. And to your point, I think Miami did a great job at filling their needs rather than just want and like gotta have.
Right. No, rather than just going out and getting like another superstar, they filled out
like a big name.
Exactly.
They were like Tim Hardaway, and because to your point, I'm sure the DeMar was flirting with the Miami situation, but I think Miami decided to ultimately go with Clay because of the 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
And knowing that Bam's is a good shooter. He's not a great 3-point shooter. Neither is Giannis. It would have been, and you don't have Tyler Hero obviously anymore. You needed to load up on shooters, and that's what they did. I thought that Denver probably should have followed a similar approach, but nonetheless, you get DeMar DeRozan who can put up points. I just don't. I don't know. I gotta see it first.
I think it'll work. I am a fan of seeing DeMar go there, especially with like a winning organization. I think that he'll change his play. Like you won't see Sacramento DeMar DeRozan play on the Nuggets. Like he knows who he's playing with. He knows especially Jokic is. He knows special Jamal Murray is. So it won't look exactly how I think you're picturing it right now.
How many points do you think DeMar will average? Actually, a better question: who averages more points, Klay Thompson or DeMar DeRozan? Clay averages more.
And guess what? Clay's only going to average like 13 points.
Wow. I was going to go
DeMar.
DeMar. And it's crazy. I was going to go DeMar. I think DeMar goes 15 because he's going to be the third scorer.
No, he's not. Aaron Gordon still would be his third,
he's
third scorer.
If he's healthy. And the thing about Aaron Gordon is while he started off so hot too before the injury. The 10 threes, we thought he was going to come out different that year.
He did come out different.
He did, but the injuries held him back. And then when he came back, it just never kind of looked the same. So until I really see Aaron Gordon healthy for the first 20 games, I can't really comment too much on it. DeMar's going to be their third leading scorer, man. Like, and he's going to average like 15 points.
I guess if you put it that, like if he is a third option with Aaron Gordon possibly being hurt,
and
15.
Even then,
if Aaron Gordon is in the game, then I'm talking about like 12, 13 points maybe.
And even then, to fit the scheme, Aaron Gordon's a better 3-point shooter than DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to have your big stepping out a little more.
Yeah.
Because then that'll also free up a little more lane opportunities for DeMar, which obviously that's his bread and butter.
Yeah.
So that'll probably work there. Can I ask you some rapid fire NBA presented by GetBack? Obviously. Really quick. Who's the best player in the NBA right now?
Wemby.
hate you. Who's the best scorer in the league?
Shea.
I love you. Who's the best two-way player?
Best two-way player.
I still have to give it to Kawhi. I'd be remiss. The season he had last year was amazing. Also, he's not getting banned from the league. How awesome is that?
Yeah, we got to figure out what he's doing. I don't know. I
He's
really
a
don't know.
Raptor.
Best, no, I'm talking about like best two-way player. I really don't know. I'm trying to think. I want to say
You
Jaylen
want to say
Brown.
Wemby?
I want to say Wemby. I also want to say Shea. I really don't know.
I'll say why, because he's like the definition of like two-way. Like,
yeah, but like if we're really looking at like this past year, it would be Wemby. It would be Wemby.
You're gonna say Wemby for every answer. That's my next question was gonna be best big man, but now I'm not gonna ask you that. Best point guard right now.
Shea.
Most overrated player.
James Harden.
Most underrated player.
I'm gonna say Scotty Barnes.
Oh, I like that. Best young core in the NBA.
Utah Jazz.
Oh,
I
still consider Oklahoma City and San Antonio young.
San
Antonio is.
San Antonio. What Shea? Okay, he's not.
Wait, what was your answer again? You said Utah
Jazz.
I would have said Detroit over
Detroit. No.
like under 25. That's like half the. All right.
Utah Jazz will surprise a lot of people this year. That's all I'm gonna say.
NBA champion this year. I like your NFL answers better. NBA champion.
NBA champs went Spurs.
MVP.
Oh, that's crazy to you?
I'm an OKC fan. It's for whatever. MVP pick. Wemby. Oh my god! And then I'm gonna ask you who's DPOY.
Wemby times 2 cash.
Oh no! And he wins Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah. Who else is gonna win it? Chet. Sorry.
Yeah, man. Wemby times 3, dog. I love you. I'm sorry.
Player most likely to become the next superstar. Who's not there yet?
Next superstar. What do we consider a superstar? Is Maxey a superstar?
Yeah, I think he reached that this year, and we kind of established that.
So
he's a superstar. He's established.
Who will become a next superstar?
I was kind of gonna lean towards more of like the real young guys.
Like who? Like Harper? Like who else? Who?
That was literally you took the answer out of my mouth.
Because somebody comment, they were like, Harper's potential to be a great rim runner, and then somebody else is like, you could take rim runner out of that. He has potential to simply be great. Simply just
because
be
if he just develops and he already has a shot.
No, he has a
the
shot.
Three. If he develops the 3 ball to it's kind of like how kind of Shea unlocked that ball. Like
one thing with Harper would he'll go 5-18, but you don't notice it because he's still playing good everywhere else. Like I really did not notice when he went 5-18 in the West Conference Finals. I did not know.
Not really a rapid fire question here, but I kind of just wanted to know, and I was just thinking about it. Does the LaMelo Ball and Ant Edwards pairing work this season? Wow.
It's actually going to work to perfection. I'm talking about you may see, as soon as you see LaMelo through the legs, alley-oop off of the glass to Ant, and Ant throws it down, you're going to possibly cry. Like, it may be a tear coming out your eye and possibly down your leg. It will be special. Simply, for sure, it will be special. I do have a question. Is Kawhi going to be a Raptor?
Or is he done. It's done already.
No, it's not. They're still calling him a Clipper, dog.
Oh, I know. On legal, yes, it's ridiculous. # Clippers is wild. He's gonna be a Raptor by next week. It's gonna be set in stone, and I'm glad that we can finally get that over with. And you know what's so crazy? It took them to finally be like, "Oh, he's innocent," for the clay and all those other needles to be moved.
Yeah,
I thought that was kind of annoying, and I think that's something that Adam Silver probably was like, "We just need to wrap this up."
Oh yeah, so they have like really like no.
They have no evidence.
No evidence.
Yeah,
at all.
Bomber burned that shit up. Bomber burned the whole facility.
That's good. That's
good. On him.
Hey, that's good. That's good for both parties. Good for both parties.
Nonetheless, man, this was a great pod. Great pod.
Good pod to return. Like, this is gonna be just a return.
Next pod obviously gonna be the last week of preseason. I think next week's pod is gonna be a little different. We're gonna do a little bit more of a throwback episode. We're gonna have fun with it. We're gonna talk ball, old school ball, new school ball a little bit. And we're gonna ask.
I missed my hot take. I missed a hot take. Denzel Ward is a top 3 cornerback in the league. It's only Gonzo and PSU that's better.
And I said Stingley's better.
Watch
Denzel
your
Ward.
mouth.
And we'll talk about it.
Watch your
Next
mouth.
podcast, we'll talk about
I
it.
got you.
I'm Damian
I got
Dustin.
Aiden Jones. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen.
Peace.